A very good morning to you, our dear viewers, and welcome to Times and Seasons featuring Bishop Peter Ndungu. And this is one of your favorite shows, I bet it is, right here on Faith Today TV. And this is yet another beautiful Friday morning where we just get to have an interesting, insightful, and even encouraging conversation. Thank you so much for engaging with us so far. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for your comments and sharing these videos because I know you are. And thank you for all of you who have been sending us messages just saying how these episodes and these conversations have been encouraging you and are just ways for you to just keep going, because for sure that is why we are doing what we are doing, because this is Times and Seasons, hope and transformation, or healing and transformation, actually. And this morning I'm right here with Bishop Peter Ndungu for yet another insightful conversation. Welcome, Bishop.
Thank you, Juliet.
How are you doing?
Doing well. I'm just thinking about what is happening in our country.
Yeah.
With a big uproar. And because it's a conversation, we're also having a national conversation.
Yeah.
About fuel prices
Yes.
and the hardships, the economic challenges and all that.
Mm.
And I just want to encourage our people and say there is hope.
Yeah.
Well, I look at life from, two sides. There are things I can change and there are things I cannot change. So I think the wisdom here is to know what is it that is within my power to change, and that which is, within God's power, so to speak, to change. Because if I keep on worrying and worrying and worrying about things that I may not be able to change, then I may end up having, sleepless nights, challenges, pain, a lot of stress levels that are quite high.
Yeah.
People are getting ill and sick, developing a lot of challenges, losing hope, committing suicide and all that. But I believe as human beings, we are made with a lot of resilience, with a lot of potential, with a lot of power to handle all these situations. Because again, I've lived long enough to see kind of these things will always come. It doesn't matter who is a leader, who is a president. And I'm not saying the government should not do their part. They should.
Yeah.
And they should be accountable.
Yes.
But again, even from the days of, I remember I was young, in the days of Kenyatta, there were problems. Days of Moi, 24 years, people are always like, we need change, there's this, there's that.
Yeah.
Again, Kibaki the late, his soul rest in peace. Again, there were still many complaints and challenges. Then the other Kenyatta, then now Ruto. All these things will always be there, no matter who is in the leadership. I've also looked at other countries and what is happening around the world.
Yeah.
And I have visited a few countries, and I find people are still complaining about the same things we are complaining here.
That's
high cost
true.
of living, including the Americans, including people in Europe and Asia, and everybody is like, oh, things are really tough. But I believe we are tougher than the season.
We are tougher than the season for sure. I like that one.
Yes.
Yeah, and actually that's a very good way of starting our conversation today, saying that we are tougher than the season, because in our last episode from last week, we got to finish on just having a conversation with you and therapist Jackie, where we're just talking about, grief and your experience in losing your wife and everything. And this was such an insightful and eye-opening conversation. And in your book, there are places where you're just talking about how people get stuck in the past, people get stuck in, whatever it is, whatever season you're in, whatever hardship you're going through, you get stuck in that season. Like you're saying, right now in the country, we are all angry and just wondering what exactly is happening right now, especially when the fuel prices went up.
Yeah.
But in your book, you're pointing out some of the things and some of the ways we can unstuck ourselves. We can get out of the mud and get out of the hard seasons. And you talk of three things. You point out three things that I just mentioned, and then you can help unpack them for us. Talk about bitterness that keeps us stuck. You talk about blindness to what lies ahead. And maybe we can start with those two for now. And then now you can just unpack them for us and help someone, our viewer, today understand how these things keep us stuck and how we can get out of that situation.
Yeah, I think that's important. Very, very important to know that there are so many people that are stuck.
Yeah.
Either stuck in their past, because of what they've been through. When you talk about bitterness and of course now blindness, people get bitter not without a reason or without a cause. People get bitter because of the things they have been through. What is it? People, and all of us go through stuff.
Yeah.
We go through moments of pain. Maybe growing up, we were hurt, we were injured. Maybe things didn't go the way we thought. The schools we went to, the parents make mistakes because they are human beings. Somebody mistreated you. Maybe you got married, it didn't go the way you thought. Somebody left you with 2, 3 kids and they don't even care. I mean, somebody molested you, somebody abused you, and people get bitter. And in this life, if you have 10 people, probably more than 5 of them are living very bitter lives. But again, you can choose. Do I want to go through life bitter and bitter with myself? Because again, it also starts deep within, where you start thinking, I should have done better. I am to blame. I made the wrong choice. I didn't do what I was supposed to have done. Maybe I should have done this or the other. And you end up becoming even bitter with yourself, thinking, I can't forgive myself. This is too much. Maybe I repeated this. I did this. I made this mistake. Every morning you wake up, you see maybe decisions that you made, and you see the outcome, and every morning is like you are reminded. Look at what you did. If it was not this, you should be here. If it was you didn't do this, you should be there. So you develop that root of bitterness, as the Bible calls it. And I think that has made so many people stuck. But I think the way you deal with the bitterness is one you have to come back to self and decide, well, face the reality. Don't be in denial. Face the reality. Yes, I did this. I made this mistake. This happened to me. It's a reality.
Yeah.
Because again, you cannot change what happened to you or what you did in the past.
Yeah.
Whatever you did yesterday, it's done. What decisions you made last year, they are done.
Yeah.
5 years ago, 10, it doesn't matter how long. All those things are done. But you see, you can decide, for me, I would use those as a learning experience, as my tutor to teach me how to lead a better life. And the good thing with God is that he gives us a new beginning.
Yeah.
The Bible says that remember not the past, the things of old. I'm doing a new thing. It's coming up. It's springing forth. But there are people who are already stuck in the past. Even the children of Israel, when they came out of bondage in the desert, when things were tough, they started remembering, we had onions and watermelons. And the life they lived there would have probably rather died there. So they started remembering where they came from. I think you can't be stuck where you came from. The mistakes you made. We all did, mistakes. And I'm reminded in the Bible, because I studied the scriptures, there's a man called Paul, the apostle. He wrote in Romans 8, he said, there's therefore now no condemnation to them that are in Christ Jesus. Now, when you think about Paul, and again he writes to the church in Corinth, and he says, if anyone be in Christ Jesus is a new creation, the old is gone and the new has come. Now, if you look at those two verses, Paul is saying, yes, I persecuted the church. People were running away from me. I was not good. I was this, I was evil. He was causing, terror and pain. But now he says, I'm free. I mean, I'm a new person. I'm a new creation. So I think that acceptance and allowing that conversion, to be, that's what Jesus talked to Nicodemus, who came to him at night and said, you must be born again. Yes, you were born. And he wondered, how can I go back to my mother's womb? I mean, and I'm an old man. I'm a big man. He was a philosopher. But he could not understand this. To be born again means you repent and you begin anew. And God gives us a new beginning. So bitterness actually kills many people attracts many sicknesses, because they say even when people become bitter, stress levels are very high.
Yeah.
It's, the opportune diseases and sicknesses, then they find place to come. They have a door to come into your life. So
Yeah.
you can decide, well, the rest of my life, I'll have a new life. And I'm not going to be bitter with anybody, whoever left me, whoever did whatever they did, the mistakes I made, whatever decisions I made.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be bitter. So I think that's about bitterness.
Yes. And that's actually very insightful. And what I'm hearing is it has to come from within. I have to find strength within myself and be like, I will no longer live my life with this bitterness. I just courage to, get out of that situation so that I can move forward. And the second thing that you mention is blindness. And like, I think that is blindness to what lies ahead.
When you think about and when you talk about bitterness, as we go to blindness, yes, is like you're saying, is reaching deep within, kind of calling yourself back to self, and thinking through, what am I going through? Where am I? Where am I?
Yeah.
Because if you're meeting somebody and they haven't come or arrived, first thing when you call them, you ask them, where are you?
Where are you?
So they have to tell you so that you can know how long am I going to
wait.
So even if you are lost, you're bitter, you're in pain, I think it's good to come to the place where you're asking yourself, where am I?
Yeah.
And accept, if you're in a ditch, in a hole, and you don't accept you're in the hole, I mean, nobody will help you.
Yeah.
But once you accept, I'm in this ditch, I'm in this problem, I am in addiction, I am in this or the other, I am hooked to the wrong stuff, I'm hooked to the wrong company, I'm drinking the wrong stuff, I am this, I have unforgiveness, I'm in pain.
Yeah.
Then when you accept this is who I am and where I am, then you can now begin the journey of recovery. And of course, that only happens through the help of God and through His Word and through His Spirit.
Yeah.
Because again, we, human beings, as we are limited. I mean, there's so much we cannot do on our own.
Yeah.
If we were able to change ourselves, everybody can. If we're able to help ourselves and make our lives, the way that it should be, then anybody can do it.
Yeah.
Now, when you talk about blindness, I think the focus here is vision. It's vision. Now, because you're not talking of the physical blindness, it is blindness in life. When you talk about sight or vision, it is what are you seeing? And the simple definition I have for vision is that it is a mental picture for your preferred future. In other words, do you see where you're going?
Yeah.
Because if you can't see where you're going, then it'll be very hard for you to get there.
That's
if
true.
you cannot see what is ahead of you, then you can't get there. So vision is critical. It is so important for everybody to have a vision.
Yeah.
Now, because it's not enough for you to have sight. I mean, all of us, most of us have sight.
Some of us have added.
The reason you have added glasses is to see clearly.
Yeah.
But you see, there are things you will not be able to do simply because, or you'll do because you have this sight.
Yeah.
Because there are people who don't have this sight. Maybe they are blind or something. Something happened. Like in John 9, the Bible says there was a man who was born blind. Now, there are people who are blind, but some of them have vision.
Yeah.
So, and even when they talk, they begin to say, I see this, I can see this, I can see this. So it means we do not just see with our two eyes. There's another way we perceive and we see things. So it's important. Yes, this sight, I mean, our eyes are very important for us to see where we're going. Because again, even when you're driving, I mean, you can't drive if you can't see where you're going. You can't fly a plane if you can't see. You can't, be a pilot or whoever, captain in the ship, if you can't see where you're going. The same way, we are the captains of our own destinies.
Yes.
Through the help of God. Now, if you cannot see where you're going, they say, I don't know, somebody said that if you can't, if you don't know where you're going, then any road will take you there. So, but if you know I'm moving from point A to B, then you ask yourself, well, where is this direction? Where am I going? So vision is very, very important. Actually, the Bible says, without a vision, people perish. This perishing is not just physical death. They lose restraint. That's what deeply means. They have no control. They have no discipline because they have no compass. They have no guidance. They don't know where they are going. Now, if you see somebody without a vision, their lives can go to any direction. They can go anywhere. They can do anything. They can talk anyhow. They can, their life is like freelance, They're just like freelance, like the way they are even in journalism, there are people who are freelance. So they go anywhere, they just shoot or take pictures of whatever they see. I don't think we can be freelance with our lives. We have to be focused. I'm reminded those old cameras. I used to have one where you really had to focus and focus and focus and focus. The same way in life, you have to focus. Where am I going? Once you discover who you are, then the next question is, where am I going? Once you discover where you're going, then you focus. You have discipline, you have commitment, you have dedication. There are sacrifices to make. So vision is very, very, now, in the Bible, there's a man called Joseph. Joseph was a young man. At the age of 17, he had a dream. And he said, I'm going to be a great man. I'm going to do great things. And so he pursued that for 13 years. The 13 years, there were setbacks, there was pain, he's in prison. He's a slave, he's rejected, he's what. But he endured because he kept his vision alive. And that is the importance of vision.
And that's the difference between these eyes and the inner eyes and the eyes that we use to perceive life. And that's very insightful. And I like how all these are connected, because you talked about bitterness and blindness, and the third one is actually a lack of knowledge. And you've sort of mentioned it there when you're discussing blindness, because it's like sometimes it's like we are stuck in a situation and we do not know how to get ourselves out of it. And the Bible says that people perish for lack of this knowledge. So it's like maybe to someone who's in a certain situation, nowadays we have information all around us. So sometimes it's ironical for someone to say they do not know how to, but in most cases you find even when they're seeking that information and that knowledge, it's just going to lead them even deeper in this hole and deeper in this situation that they're in. Maybe you can just encourage someone and maybe even tell us how do we know now, I need to step up and get out of this dark place that I am in.
Wow, very important. And thank you for that. Now, there are two important things, wisdom and knowledge. And you simply say, we need both. We need wisdom and we need knowledge. Knowledge is basically the application of wisdom. And therefore, if you have all the wisdom and you don't know how to apply that wisdom, then it may not help you. So knowledge is key, because we make decisions aligning with what we know. Now, if you get into let's say you get into a flight or a helicopter or a plane or a jet, and then the pilot announces, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board. I'm glad to receive you here. Today I'm your pilot, but I've never been trained.
We're out. We're out of this plane.
I have never trained as a pilot, so I'm just trying. I can see a lot of the dashboard here is full of buttons, screens,
red lights,
things. I don't know the lights, but I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to try. So bear with me. I'm just going to try. I'm just going to try. If it works out, well and good. If it doesn't, please don't blame me.
You're not practicing our lives.
Please fasten your safety belt. and let's try.
That's in pilot internship. No. Hey,
Can you
that's
imagine
risky.
everybody in that flight or in that plane, they would all stand,
Yeah.
throw away their safety belts, and begin to walk out.
Yes.
They will say, no. Everybody will be yelling. The reason why you sit on that plane, on that jet, on that vehicle,
Yeah.
comfortably, or even the train, the SGR from Nairobi to Mombasa,
Yes.
is because you believe the person in charge, they know what they are doing.
Yeah.
They are trained, they are equipped with the knowledge. So knowledge is key
Yeah.
in anything that we do. If you're pursuing a certain career, a certain direction, anything you want to achieve, accomplish in life, seek knowledge.
Yeah.
If you're building, seek knowledge. If you're in whatever business, sometimes people do business and they think it's just buying and selling. They don't research, they don't ask questions, they don't look for people that are more experienced than them to seek knowledge. They don't read books. Today there is, if you go to YouTube, there are so many podcasts, information. Of course, you have to be selective because again, you can get all kinds of information there.
Yes.
I mean, you have to equip yourself with the knowledge because if you have no knowledge, then you can make the worst of all mistakes. So, and the serious, the challenge, the adventure is whatever you're pursuing. The serious it is, the more knowledge, the keen you become. If you're training to be a driver, just to drive a car, it may take you a few months, to go through the course, or even less than a month.
Yeah.
Now, if you're training how to ride a bicycle, even within a day, by evening,
You'll be good
you
to
can
go.
ride a bicycle.
Yeah.
If you're training how to, fly a jet, it'll take you years.
Yes.
So it also depends on the seriousness. So if you have a very serious venture that you actually, getting involved with, then you also have to train.
Yeah.
You have to train. If it's about your health, there are things we should really value in our lives. And that one of them is our health.
Yeah.
When we talk about health, you're talking about spiritual health, mental health, physical health, emotional health, social health,
Yeah.
all those kind of health, financial health. But sometimes, as much as we know these are very important, ask yourself, how much time do you allocate to your mental health,
Yeah.
to your physical health? How much do you learn? Do you study? Do you find out, how, to take care of your health, your spiritual health, because we ignore some of these things, and at the end we see the fruit, we see the outcome.
Yes.
And they say even in court, ignorance is no defense. And like you said earlier, my people perish for lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
So knowledge is key, and I think that's one of the things I have really tried to equip myself with the knowledge in different aspects and avenues of life, so that I can be knowledgeable. I do reading, I research, I study, I listen to other people that have gone ahead of me. So that, and again, when you have to align even the people you listen to, the books, because there are millions of books, millions of people who are speaking. Again, you can't be listening to everybody. And unfortunately today, because of social media, people just listen to people you don't even want to listen to.
That's true.
Because they're just there.
Yes.
I mean, the fact that they're there, it doesn't mean they're there for you. Just like if you go to a restaurant, and you're given a menu with 30 items, you don't pick all of them.
That's true.
You only pick one or two.
Yes.
Give me this one, number 10 or number 15, and you're done.
Yeah.
You leave the rest for other people. So not everything in the internet is for you. Not all the books are for you. Not every information out there is for you. Not all the news are for you. I think you have to be selective.
Yes, you need to be selective. And speaking of being selective and gaining knowledge,
yeah.
I'm sure you are an avid reader and you like reading books, not just writing.
You can't be a good writer if you don't read.
That's true. They actually say for writers, you need to live what you before you write. You live in the books first before you
yeah.
write anything. Maybe I don't know. I can just throw this question to you. What's the book you're currently reading?
I'm studying a lot in leadership. There's one called Shift, and I'm trying to equip because in the next few years, maybe the next 5-7 years, I didn't want to equip myself in 3 areas. The one is leadership, reading books in that direction, and also listening to podcasts and such. I like listening to audiobooks because they're easier for me, even when I'm traveling or in the car. And then, so leadership is one area. The other area is on finances. I'm trying to do a lot of and wealth creation, to do a lot of study in wealth creation. And sometimes not just books, but it's getting it's like gathering information. Something from here. And I don't listen to very many people. Maybe I have less than 5 people or 7 people that I listen to regularly. I can make, come across somebody here and there. But there are not many people I know. If I am growing in this area, this is the person I can listen to because I have watched them over time and I know their belief system, their value system, and what they carry. So leadership, finances, and wealth creation, and of course, I'm very passionate about faith. So I think those 3 areas. I do a lot of study and research, even through the scriptures, through listening to others, reading books, just to think through. Sometimes also to meditate on those 3 areas. And I write down the things I meditate on, because I know some of those things those are the ones I go teach. And what I study, what I research, of course, I'm also teaching. And when I'm teaching, it helps me because I can't teach what I have not studied and researched on and all that. So as much as I'm taking time to study, I'm also building materials. And I believe, I'm teaching on leadership. Like now we have a class called Leader Impact. And the other day I was teaching about vision, delegation and teamwork and all that. So as much as I'm teaching, I'm also learning, even in the same process.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, that's a challenge to all of us. And especially those who are even leaders in different capacities, whether it's in your workplace, in your ministry, even at home, because even as parents, you're leaders. So it's you can't pour from an empty cup. Yeah, that's true.
If you have a child, you are a leader. And leadership starts with self. If you can't lead self, you cannot lead other people.
That's
you have
true.
to first lead, and it's a process. Because again, some people think, I don't know whether I'm growing. Yes, you are. It's not like if I ask you, we are now in 2026. Let's say 2023, November 2nd. Or let's say November 4th, my birthday.
Your birthday, yes.
If I ask you, as Juliet, do you remember what you ate that day?
What I ate, even where I was, I can't remember.
But we can see the outcome. We can see the results. So you may not even remember what you ate last week or last month.
That's true.
In the same way, even spiritually, mentally, the books we read, the study we do, the research we do, the messages we hear, we may not remember everything, but for sure the growth is seen. Just like you can't keep track of what you ate last year, January 2nd, or whatever, but you can see the outcome.
Your body will not forget.
That's true.
That's
the
actually
with your
very
mind,
interesting. Yeah, your mind will also not forget. So it may not look like it's making sense right now for you to read books like this, Times and Seasons, but growth will be evident and it will show when you read this and more. And I can hear we have a leadership one coming in the pipeline.
Yes.
I can see there's one coming.
It's coming.
Sure,
and this is
the
a very
lessons
powerful
you'll
book
pick.
for anyone wanting to read it. Not
Yes.
just because it's my book, but I took a
That's
lot of
true.
time, and also, it really speaks about my life. And I believe there are lessons I have been through growing up, school, work, business, marriage, setbacks, pain, and all that, losses
Yeah.
and all that, that actually can help. So there are people that have, given feedback and they said, I read this book and it changed my life.
That's true.
So even if I wrote it for 5 or 10 people, I'm blessed.
That's enough, and for the glory of God.
Yes.
Wow, beautiful. And as he said, this is a very powerful and insightful book. You can always order it, and through the numbers on your screen, reach out to us, and you will definitely get yourself a copy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're giving a special offer.
Oh, we could actually.
It's usually 1,500, but anybody ordering now, they can get it for 1,000.
You heard it from the author himself right here. You heard it here first.
Yes.
So be sure to order, get a discount
Just 1,000.
exclusively from this show, 1,000 shillings, and you'll get your copy.